Hello, I'm Adam from Impact Gamers, and I'm going to give you some Microsoft Windows help for nothing, Chrome tips for free. But if you would like to support Impact Gamers, then I'd like you to support our crowdfunding campaign for April. Young people learning about coding, but to inspire them to make some positive computer games. You just need to head to impactgamers.net, and you can just go to /Kickstarter, or there's links on the site, and that will take you through to the Kickstarter page. Anyway, let's get on with the tips. Selecting files in Windows is quite simple. We all know you just click on them. But if you want to work with a lot of files at the same time, you click and drag. Now you'll see that when I left click, my mouse will highlight with a red circle, and I'm holding it down, and I can drag and I can select files that are close together. So if you want to work with multiple files, click and drag. You probably already know that. And Shift also helps. If you click on one file, hold down Shift, and then click on another, you'll select the list in between the two clicks. Now, if you want specific ones, you can click and hold down Control, and then you can choose multiple files that you want to delete or copy. And also, if you want to select all of them, you can hold down Control, press A, and that'll select all. There we go. It's quite simple. You probably know that. Now, when you're selecting words, when you're using Word or any other writing package, you can hold down Shift and click, and you'll select an area of words. But what people don't know is that double clicking, that allows you to select a particular word, which is quite useful if you want to change that one word. What's also useful is holding down Control. Now, holding down Control when you're editing words using Windows or Chrome allows you to jump a word at a time. So if I hold down Control and use the right arrow on the keyboard or the left arrow on the keyboard, I can jump words at a time. Now, if I combine that with Shift, I can now select parts of sentences all at a time, be able to change them immediately if I wanted to. I just did Control Z to undo there. So there we go. Now I can double click on the word, and I can click and pull onto adding a new tab. And I click on pull onto here. I've now got a search for globalization, where I'll explain what's happening. So using double click and then drag. Right, copying and pasting. You have to do this a lot. Now, on Chrome and on Windows, you can normally just right click. It allows you to copy things. So you can copy the image, or you can copy the web link for the image. Now, also, if you select things, you can use Control-C and Control-V. If I press Control-V, and it will paste things for copy and paste. Control-C for copy, Control-V for paste, because they're next to each other. If I hold down Shift when I'm using a file, and I drag it somewhere, so I've got a file here and I want to move it to my desktop, if I do that, it's got copy to desktop. If I hold down Shift, I can move it to the desktop. But if it's going to move something that I don't move, I can hold down Control to copy it. So let's just find something on the same. So find here. It wants to move it because it's on the same drive. I hold down Control, it will copy it. If I hold down Shift, it will do move. Okay. With deleting stuff, you can just right click, see a blue circle for my right click, and you can choose delete, or you can press delete on the keyboard and it will just delete the files. But when you do that, so when I click here and press delete, it will put it in the recycle bin. And you can see there's my picture of recycle bin. If I actually want to delete the file rather than delete it, then go in the recycle bin, if I hold down Shift when I press delete, see, it's not recycle bin, it's going to permanently delete it, and that goes with if I hold Shift and even just click on delete, it's going to permanently delete. So if you've got a lot of things you want to delete and then you don't want to go to the recycle bin to look for them, to delete them, holding Shift is a great way to quickly delete things. On Windows, I like to use these shortcuts quite quickly and easily. So I just press Windows button and L, and it'll go to the lock screen. And also, if I've got a lot of things open, I like to press Windows and D to get to the desktop. Okay. I often want to do a lot more on the screen than I've got space for. and so some quick and easy things to do to allow that is sometimes you want to show things on Google and the text is too small. If you hold down Control and slide the mouse wheel, slide it upwards, you can see the zoom goes up, slide it downwards, it goes down. Now be careful, Google Chrome will remember your zoom scale, so when I go to a page that I've zoomed in at, it will be zoomed in at, and I just have to go to the settings here and reset the zoom to 100% or just slide it to 100% if I want it back to normal. Snapping to Windows Edge on Windows is a really useful tool. So say if I have 2 versions of Chrome running and I want to use information from one on the other, if I click and pull on the top bar, so this works for any window or any application you're using, and I pull my mouse to the side of the window, it will choose to create it on that half, and then I can choose what I want to compare it to. So I can do that, and it works with whichever side that you hit it to. If you hit it upwards, that's just to maximize it. So I can hit it to the right, or I can hit it upwards. Now, to save time, I can just do that on the keyboard. If I press the Windows button in, if I press the Windows button in and press up, it will shrink it upwards. Press up again, it will maximize it. To the right, to the left. I can cycle it around the screen so that it can have nicely framed windows, so that I can be watching something on the iPlayer in one window and I can be doing some other work in the other window if you want to. Okay, so that's Windows and holding the Windows button using the arrow key. Now also, you might know this, when you've got multiple windows open, rather than finding them on the bottom taskbar here, you can hold down Alt and press Tab, and then you can either click to choose them, whichever one you want, or you can click to actually close them if you want to close them, and that's Alt and Tab. Now Windows and Tab gives you a fancier version of that, so you get the windows, but you also get about alternate desktops, and you can make new desktops. Now making new desktops is fun because it allows you to actually have a completely different workspace set up, and then you can cycle between, which I think is Windows Control and left. Well, there it is. Windows Control left, Windows Control right. So you can have multiple screens running on your version of Windows, and that you can cycle through with the Windows button, Control button, right and left, and you can cycle through them. And then if you want to close them, then it is just the Windows and Tab button. We can just close the extra desktops if we don't want to use them, make a new one. Right. Oh, moving tabs. This is just fantastic. Now Chrome links all your tabs that you open up. Every time you open a new web page, it opens a new tab at the top, and also quite cleverly, let's just search for hello. If you hold down Control when you click, it will automatically send what you click to a new tab. So there we go, there's hello opening. Oop, maybe I don't want to see that. On a new tab. If I hold down Shift, it'll open it in a brand new version. Okay, so Control is a new tab, Shift is a new version, and new versions allow us, as we saw earlier, to put one on one side and one on the other side. So, but when you've already got a tab open and you want it, you just click and pull it off, and there we go. You can now pull the tabs off. Also, if you're smart and have the most important things on the far left, what you can do is you can right click and you can close all the tabs to the right, so you can easily clear your workspace. So if you keep the important things, your emails and the documents you're working on the left, then all your Facebook and other things, when you want rid of them, just close the tabs to the right on the furthest right tab that you want. There you go. Control and Tab also allows you to shift through or cycle through what you've got open. So say if I open 3 windows, press Control and Tab, it works through, and if I hold down Shift, it reverses it. So Shift and Tab is a reverse tab, and I can go one way or I can go the other way, holding down Control and Tab. So that cycles through tabs, hence why they use Tab, I imagine, and Alt and Tab will cycle through actual windows. Okay, searching. Now these are some quite cool tips. Now when searching for files, if you want to find a file of a particular type, there's lots of different things you can do, but if you do star and then a dot, and if you know the extension of what you want, the extension is the type of file, so if it's a JPEG, it's a picture file. If If you do star.jpg, it searches for anything with .jpg at the end, which is quite useful for finding things. But the best thing is in Chrome, there's loads of extra find things. So you read something down here and you're like, oh, it said something about schools, but you can't find it on the page. Control and F on the keyboard when you're in Chrome will open up this little find tab, and so schools, there we go. It will say where it's written, how many times, and allows you to flick through so you can find things on a page. That's Control and F. Now when you're actually searching in Chrome, you can search for a phrase. So Adam is the best, there you go, and it will bring up pages. There you go, Adam best. But if you want to search for that phrase, if you put it in speech marks and search for it, you'll see it will actually come up with only pages where Adam is the best is a complete phrase. Now also what you can do, let's get rid of those ones, done those ones. You can use not in things. So Adam is the best, and it's got a lot about EastEnders, but we don't want that. If I write minus EastEnders, then it will take out any of the pages that mention EastEnders in them. So it's quite useful if you're searching for something and there's multiple things and some of them aren't useful or related to a different country. You can minus those out of the search. So you can minus different things, look for something unique. Packs mentioned in a few things. Oops. There we go. And it will take out the references which have got packs mentioned there. Okay, so let me go back to where I was. Another useful thing is searching only on a particular site. So if you want to run a search on a site, so I only want to have a look at what the BBC has to say about weather, it will only bring up results if I do site and then a colon, which are 2 dots above each other. That's Shift and the button after L. On a UK keyboard, it will only bring up results. There's an advert there, but only bring up results for the BBC. So it allows you to be very specific in when you've seen something in a website and you want to get that site colon, write the website and then space, and then write the search. Okay, and then finally, just some useful things. There's a tool called the snipping tool, which if you want an image on your screen, if you load up the snipping tool, you just click on new, you draw around it, and it's copied it, and that's ready straight away, copied into the computer's memory for you to paste. So if you're tweeting something, you can just paste it straight into your tweet or in your Facebook post, and so it allows you to do a section of a screen grab. Rather than using print screen on your computer, you can just do a section. You can also annotate on this. You can write things. I've got a white pen there, which makes no sense. So, and then if you want to delete things, it will delete the bit by bit that you've done. You can delete it, and it's also got a nice highlight tool which highlights behind text. So if the text is on white, it will highlight behind. You can save it as well and print it, although printing from there is not that good. You save it first. And also, if you need to show someone how to do something like this, if I had used the step recorder, so if I start the recording and click on a few things and say this is how it's done, and do that and stop recording, it will give me a lovely instructions of what I've done and how I've done it. So if you need to send some instructions to someone on how to do some things, that'd be great. Hopefully some of those tips were new for you. There's a load more that other people can comment below if you want about your favourite tips for making things done quickly in Windows. But if you could visit impactgamers.net/Kickstarter, if you do want to pledge anything, we're doing this campaign to make some great tutorials for young people, which will be far more professional than this, but I thought I'd do you a little treat of how you can speed up your working with Windows and with Chrome. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. Head over to impactgamers.net/Kickstarter. Give us a couple of quid if you want to. Otherwise, just enjoy being able to use Windows a little bit faster.